I mean, I don't know if you've seen Lauryn, but this was a hot chick, you feel me?
Today, we're shining a spotlight on some celebrity couples from the 90s that you might have forgotten about. First up is the romantic relationship between Lauryn Hill and Wyclef Jean. So their affair began before Wyclef was married and continued even after his marriage, allegedly. Lauryn and Wyclef's relationship developed shortly after the members of the Fugees moved in together to focus on their music. Wyclef has spoken about how their shared passion for music created a strong bond between him and Hill. He delves into his love triangle in his 2012 memoir, Purpose, an immigrant story. Lauryn and I were pursuing a dream together, and that goal, as well as our mutual love of music, was the language that brought us together. And there was an attraction there. I'm not going to lie and act as if it was just because we spent time together that we ended up together. Lauryn's beautiful, and because of her looks and her talent and everything we shared with each other, from songs to books to lyrics, love was bound to grow. Although Wyclef loved Hill, he began pursuing his wife, and Wyclef and Claudette got married in 1994. By 1996, Lauryn Hill began dating reggae singer Rohan Marley, and she became pregnant by Marley. And Lauryn's pregnancy actually really bothered Wyclef Jean. I was with both of these incredible women at the same time, which isn't something to be proud of, but it was definitely unavoidable. I couldn't say no to either of them, and I mean it when I say I love them both, because I did. Now, ultimately, Wyclef felt like his marriage provided a really solid foundation, while his connection to Lauryn Hill was more of a fleeting fantasy.
You know what I'm saying? And you're like 19, 20, and you catching a vibe. And every day, I mean, I don't know if you've seen Lauryn, but this was a hot chick, you feel me? And I'm a hot dude, so we vibing, you know what I'm saying? So you vibe automatically, right? There's always gonna be some form of passion, which happens. Now with this romance, you never know how far it's gonna go because you know, I say like, you know, you young and dumb.
Now let's talk about the duo, Jada Pinkett and Grant Hill. Yes, you heard that right. Before Jada married Will Smith, she dated NBA star Grant Hill in the early 90s. So the two of them were an item while he was still in college at Duke, and she was acting on the TV show A Different World. Back in 1993, when they were together, she told the Los Angeles Times that despite his growing prestige at the time that he was a basketball player, he didn't let it go to his head. What I love about Grant is his innocence. He is grounded, not the spoiled type. Grant Hill, he was the first boyfriend I brought home for the holidays, Jada revealed in a 2018 Red Table Talk.
Grant Hill, he was the first boyfriend I brought home for the holidays.
Wow.
Yep. Who is happily married to Tamia.
Yes,
Grant and Jada dated somewhere between 1993 and 95. However, during this time, there was a rumor that she began dating Wesley Snipes in 1993 while she was still dating Grant Hill. However, not much is known about the Snipes and Jada relationship, but if there was some chemistry, it was pretty short-lived. Next, we have Peppa and Tretch. So we know Sandra Denton as Peppa from the rap group Salt and Pepper, and we know Anthony Chris, aka Tretch, from the hip-hop group Naughty by Nature. In April of 1999, Peppa married Tretch at a Kansas City tattoo parlor after they dated off and on for about 7 years. Their wedding ceremony was held at their home in New Jersey in July of 1999. And Peppa and Tretch also had one daughter, Egypt Chris, who was born in September of 1998. The two of them ultimately ended up going their separate ways, and she even accused him of being physically abusive, and the two divorced in 2001. Tretch has always denied the DV allegations, and in a Breakfast Club interview, he responded to a passage from Peppa's 2008 book where she detailed the alleged DV. In the book, Peppa says, It always started with him pulling on my hair. I guess to get a good enough grip on me so he could smack me more easily. Tretch responded by saying she didn't even have enough hair to grab after she damaged most of it from dyeing it so much. Tretch also claimed he never cheated because the two of them had an open marriage. However, he did accuse Peppa of the one to be the cheater. In an interview, Tretch had this to say. For the record, I never had to cheat on her. We had broads. I had beautiful bees. But what happens when a girlfriend goes with the wife and then have their own plans? I just got cheated on. And throughout the years, the pair have continued to have this sort of love-hate relationship. In 2019, Tretch and his longtime girlfriend, Cicely Evans, got married in New Jersey. And both his ex-wife, Peppa, and his daughter, Egypt, were there in attendance, and they cheered him on. However, in 2020, Tretch blasted Peppa on Instagram about her 2008 memoir titled Let's Talk About Pep, where she spoke about their tumultuous relationship. Somebody tell my ex-wife, this old school rat, your book is full of lies, you press whore. You sold your soul to a hellhole and put my kids in the middle for ratings. You know you effed up, right? LMFAO. He also accused Pep of turning his children against him and having some intimate relationships with young men in the industry. In your mid-50s trying to sneak my underage daughter in clubs on camera. OMG, you started Watch Me Finish, face and skin like Michael Jackson, heart and A flat as pizza bread, LMFAO, still effing industry ninjas younger than your children. Next on our list is Brandy and Wanya Morris from Boyz II Men. Brandy was a teenage sensation, and Wanya was a part of one of the hottest R&B groups of all time. While they didn't last long, their brief romance left a mark on 90s pop culture and inspired some of Brandy's most heartfelt songs. Wanya explained that he and Brandy started as friends, with Brandy being a fan. She became his protege, and he helped introduce her to the team that would create the TV show Moesha. They were close, but nothing romantic happened until Brandy was of age. I was young at the time, so what happened is she became kind of like my little protege. I'm actually the one who introduced her to Vita Spears and Ralph Farquhar. They came to us actually to do a TV show on the UPN network, and I said, well, you know, Brandy's down the hall, and she was on the Thea show. Okay, cool. Introduced her to that. The show came to fruition. My mom and I wrote the theme songs to the Brandy show, so Brandy and I were really, really close. Once Brandy was old enough, their friendship blossomed into a romantic relationship, and they fell in love. Wanya emphasized that his decisions were youthful and part of growing up, with Brandy and him learning from their experiences together. Wanya stated, now when you're young, you make decisions based on your youth. You don't make moral decisions that put you in a whole position where you know that this is what's going to be for the rest of your life. You're learning through everything. And Brandy and I learned through a lot. Wanya insisted that their relationship was genuine with the blessing of Brandy's parents, and nothing was inappropriate. When it came time for Brandy to go on her prom, she was my girlfriend. Kobe Bryant was graduating from high school that year. Brandy was my girlfriend. She just graduated from Pepperdine University. And her mom and I, we both made it so Brandy was able to go on the prom of Kobe Bryant.
I don't want y'all to think Boyz II Men was no.
She said
I was young too.
She said she was 15 and she had to keep it a secret because she was so young.
See, we did the thing. We did the thing when she was like 16, 17, around that time. You know.
So you were still a boy too. You
I wasn't old. I wasn't like 38 years old, nothing like that. I was old enough to. She was old enough to get it.
Okay. But was it legal in the state y'all was in?
I mean, we was always in different states. We was on tour.
They had a nomad relationship.
You know what I'm saying? We just, you know, we didn't do it in the states that it was legal. It was illegal in.
Nice. Gotcha. Nice.
Oh my gosh. Political.
No. It was, you know what I mean? It was a time. It was a relationship. It grew and it ungrew.
In a 2012 VH1 Behind the Music episode, Brandy confirmed her feelings. And she recalled her having a crush on Wanya at the age of 15, but she wasn't allowed to date. And when they did eventually date, their relationship ended when Wanya fell for another singer, Adina Howard. The breakup was described as really painful for Brandy, and she felt heartbroken by the entire experience. He fell in love with someone else. The worst feeling is to be in love all by yourself. That feels effed up, honestly. It just does. And that's the only way I can really put it. And as mentioned, that somebody else was her label mate, Adina Howard, who sang Freak Like Me. Adina Howard confirmed the love triangle on an Unsung episode. And she said, 2 young ladies allowed their egos to get in the way, and we were kind of going through it about a guy. For Brandy, the breakup was painfully devastating, and she said, it felt like someone had completely taken my heart out of my body and just crushed it.
Only broken heart.